Namaskar, dosto apka, मेरा YouTube channel Mesvagadhai. Hello, my name is Ruslan, I'm from Russia and I still trying to make my YouTube channel where I watching video from India and make my reactions video. Today I will watch video, the name of this video, how a US-China chip war benefits India between the lines with Palki Sharma. Very interesting. Okay, let's start our video. Palki Sharma, I know this woman. She popular news channel.
The US and China
Walker.
are fighting a war. But this is not a regular war. There is no army, there is no battlefield. They're fighting over chips, semiconductors, tiny fragments of silicon that power our lives.
Wow.
China has banned an American company, a memory chip giant called Micron. China says Micron products are a national security risk. And this is a major escalation in the chip war. But why are the US and China fighting over pieces of silicon? Where does India feature in this war and why should you care? Hello and welcome. I'm Palki Sharma.
Very interesting.
We'll try to read between the lines, the stated and the unstated, the obvious and the hidden, to bring you the full story.
I don't think about that. Great chip war. How big is China? Wow. I don't think about that question. Why they have a war for these chips?
The 20th century
They
was
want
dominated
just
by
chips.
oil. Wars were fought over oil. Countries scrambled to control it. In the 21st century, chips are that oil. We never really see them, but they're practically in everything that we use. The phone you are holding, it has chips. Your car, it has chips too.
Yes.
Computers, TVs, microwaves, cameras, coffee makers, dishwashers, you name it, and
Very
it has chips.
important material.
Almost anything with an on and off switch has chips. This makes it a $500 billion industry, one that could be worth trillions by 2030. But where did it all start? The first chip was invented in the United States. This was in the 1950s. It was basically a silicon wafer with 4 transistors. Transistors are tiny electrical switches.
Yes.
They turn the current on and off.
On and off.
Then, the transistors on a chip have multiplied. Take a chip right now, and it will have billions of transistors. So that's how it was invented. But the main issue of the chip industry is its supply chain. Like any other supply chain, there are 3 parts: design, manufacturing, and assembly. At the beginning, the United States did all of these 3. They designed the chips, they manufactured them, and they assembled them too. A full package, like many would say. But that changed in the late 1900s. The design stage was mostly done in the US, but the second part, manufacturing, moved to the other side of the globe, to East Asia.
In Taiwan?
Most of it happened in Taiwan. It now controls over 65% of the manufacturing market. South Korea accounts for another 15%. That brings us to the last stage, and that is assembly. There is only one country that dominates this part. That country is China. China is where the chips are assembled and finally packaged into products. So to sum it up, designed in the US, manufactured in East Asia, and assembled in China. Europe too plays a crucial role here. The machines come from the Netherlands. So there is no facility worldwide that produces chips all by itself. It is truly a global supply chain, which makes the chip industry even more chaotic. The complex nature of this means that everyone relies on other players. In fact, the supply chain is so interconnected that it was among the worst hit during the pandemic. A Wuhan virus outbreak in Taiwan spread to chip companies. Output was down, and the world dealt with a global chip shortage. That meant a shortage of electronic goods and cars, among other things.
This pandemic
what does the chip industry look like?
Our
Controlling the chip industry is like having unrivaled power. The more the transistors on a chip, the more powerful it is. We are talking faster phones, smarter home devices, faster appliances in general. So the end goal is quite simple. Who fits the most number of transistors on that tiny piece of silicon? But here's the important part. Not all chips are
wow,
equal.
this is technologies.
What countries are really chasing are advanced chips. Larger computing power often correlates to larger military power, like how
Wow.
the British computers cracked codes during the Second World War, or even how the US used supercomputers in the Cold War. That superiority is what countries are after. And who is leading that race right now? The United States. It is the design hub for chips, and it wants to make sure no one comes close. The answer to that
Wow.
is the Chips and Science Act. $280 billion to boost chip production. But that's not all. While the US wants to boost its own
Wow.
production, it also wants to make sure that China's production is
It's
choked.
very important.
So the act limits the sale
Material.
of advanced chips to China simply to block them from getting ahead in the race. It also bans US citizens from supporting development or production of chips at Chinese factories. Basically, the idea is to ensure that China gets nothing, neither the hardware nor
Wow.
the talent. And Beijing doesn't like it. China's chip industry is new, relatively new. It's still trying to play catch up. In order to beat the US, China needs both technology and talent, and that's something that the new American law, the CHIPS Act, aims to prevent. Which brings us to the headline we started with. China has banned US chip giant
Yes.
Micron. This is a first of its kind retaliation by the Chinese. It could change the nature of the chip war. US restrictions are hitting China where it hurts, and Beijing wants to give it back. But the ongoing war presents an opportunity for India. You see, India is pushing itself
What
as an alternative
opportunity?
to China. It wants to turn the war to its advantage. India does not have native
Wow.
semiconductor firms, but it's trying to attract foreign giants. The government has announced a $10 billion incentive plan. It aims to boost semiconductor manufacturing in India, one that covers up to 50% of project costs. And it looks like the move is paying off already. India will get its first semiconductor plant in Gujarat. It is being built by Taiwan-based Foxconn and India's Vedanta. Similarly, chip consortium ISMC Digital is setting up a $3 billion fabrication plant. This will be located in the southern state of Karnataka. Israel's Tower Semiconductor will be the technology partner. The US too wants in. It wants to expand cooperation, especially in emerging technologies. This includes supercomputing and, of course, semiconductors. So India is currently focusing on manufacturing, but it can do more. Can India become
Wow.
a chip design hub? Well, that's something that is on the government's mind.
Wow,
India
that's
has an
great.
exceptional semiconductor design talent pool. It makes up for 20% of the world's semiconductor design engineers. The talent that the world is looking for is right here in India, and that's something that we must capitalize on. So the government is launching a chip design center, one that will encourage India's semiconductor design ecosystem. For now, it looks like India's plan is on the right track. It is trying to make the best use of its strengths by reducing dependence on China and trying to set itself up as an alternative, both in manufacturing and in design. As I said before, chips are the 21st century oil. Whoever controls them will control the world. So India must do everything it takes to take a lead in this race.
Wow. What an interesting topic. What an interesting story. She talk about this story 6 minutes, and after that she say India have a great opportunity to be a center where chips are like universities. Very good. Very interesting video. Okay, this is my reaction on this video. Thanks for watching this video with me. Please subscribe to my channel, please support me. See you later. Bye bye.